Hey cosplayers, have you wondered, starting to work with EVA foam and you're wondering, how do I paint EVA foam? What's the proper way to do it? What should I use? What paints should I use? What paints work with EVA foam? How should I seal it? All those questions. In this video, I'm going to give you a basic rundown of what paints to use, how to seal it, and the order to go in. Alright? If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified of all of our quick tip videos when they come out so that you can be at the top of your game. If you've been wondering about what paints to use, or maybe you've tried some paints and they haven't worked in the past, go ahead and comment in the description below, or in the comments below, and say with the word paint. All right? That'll let me know that you guys are interested in some more videos on paint, and so that this tip will be helpful for you. All right. So, basic order is with EVA foam.
Sorry.
With EVA foam, you want to seal it first before you paint it. And to do so, there's two parts to that process. You're going to heat seal it, so you're going to run over across it with a heat gun before you go to start the painting process. Next, you're going to hit it with a coat of Plastidip. Now, what this does is creates a flexible base coat and helps seal that foam, give you a nice flexible coat over the top so that it can have some flex. As you can see here, in the paint coats that go over the top without them cracking. And also too, it adds a little bit of extra durability, and it helps prevent the paint from soaking into your foam. Depending on the type of EVA foam you're using, paint can soak into it even more. Let me show you an example. So right here are two different types of EVA foam. This is our What the Foam, and this is the traditional EVA foam, smooth on both sides, that is sold for cosplay. So this half of it is not treated with Plastidip. You can see when we kind of push on it, different things, all the cracking that happens. This side has been sealed. You can see it's a lot better, and when it takes scratches, so you can see the scratch over here, skips pretty bad, kind of breaks it up and everything. Over here, it took the scratch a little bit better, and these scratches here. So it helps increase the durability of your foam a little bit, different things. Helps make it more flexible so it doesn't crack as much. You'll still kind of get some of this going on. Here with our What the Foam, you can see actually, because it's kind of a combination of Worbla and EVA foam, it's actually got a lot smoother surfaces. It's untreated with Plastidip, and you can see, yeah, it's cracked a little bit. It doesn't have the flexibility and things like that, but it actually takes scratches really well. And you can actually get a decent paint coat without, it doesn't absorb your paint as much as this one, where you can kind of see it just didn't really get as glossy of a paint job. But once again, the Plastidip definitely helps even in this scenario, and gives it more flexibility and just that better extra protection. So that's what first step, Plastidip. Next step, what I like to do is I like to go with a base coat using Rust-Oleum 2 times coverage of whatever my main base color is going to be. So in this case, right, you've got all black, right? I have a Voltron helmet up there. The base is like white, and then I did red on top of that, right? So I like to go through and do what I can in the big sections of things with the spray paint. It gives you a nice, smooth, even coat that doesn't have any brush strokes, anything like that. So, and I recommend Rust-Oleum 2 times coverage. I'll include links to all these things in the description below. And then once I have my base coat on, then I like to go in with acrylics to do washes, wear and tear, any kind of other detail like colors and other pieces. So here on the Hiccup helmet, you can see I did the Plastidip base, and then each of these scales I went in with a gloss acrylic and painted those just with a brush. Got a nice smooth brush to do that, and then went in and did this with the acrylic. Now I purposefully left this a little bit more kind of like splotchy, seeing the black through, because I figured it was a Viking painting with very like primitive brush kind of thing, and that may not be that bold of a color kind of thing, and so I did that purposefully, a little bit more subdued. But what you can do as well, if you want a nice, really clean, even coat in small areas with the acrylics and things like that, you can actually use an airbrush, and you can get airbrush paint, or what I've done, and maybe I'll put a video out on this, is I just create a paint thinner for acrylics like this that you can actually thin down to a point where you can use it in your airbrush to be able to airbrush things on as well. So that's kind of the process I go through, right? Heat seal it with Plastidip, base color coat with spray paint to get a nice, even, clear, clean coat on the base. Then go through, do your weathering, do any accent painting, like on the Black Panther here, the silver on the sides, right? Come in with a paintbrush or with a paint pen or different things like that, and use your acrylics, mix those, and do your washes and everything like that. So that's the basic process for painting on EVA foam. This is my process. This is what I use. It's worked very well. These are the Liquitex Basics. I'll put that in the description as well. This exact pack, which gives you a pretty good color variety to be able to mix pretty much any color you want. But I have also for a long time used just these simple Deco Art, crafters acrylics that are like super cheap from Walmart. These are all matte. These ones have more of a sheen to them. Just depends on what the look is you're going for. And you can make stuff work. I definitely have liked these more than the really cheap kind, but they work, and I've used them for a long time. So that's the basics on painting EVA foam. Once again, the type of foam that you're painting on does make a difference, like you saw here, for durability, length, long lasting of the paint job, and definitely you can see why the Plastidip coat helps. So I'll put a link to our What the Foam as well if you're interested in that. And yeah, thank you guys so much. If you haven't told me already, I want to hear from you. What is your greatest challenge when it comes to cosplay? When it comes to cosplaying, building, whatever you might be doing. If you haven't answered already, or if you might have a new challenge that came up, please let me know in the description below, and hopefully I can answer your question in one of our upcoming videos. Thank you guys so much. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Subscribe. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, and cosplay on, my friends. See ya.
Back in his little bed of foam.